Shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to another episode of Build, Paint, Play. I'm Dave.
Greetings, programs. I'm Jake, and tonight we are joined by the fantastic Malev, who's going to tell us all about his new games and his new projects, specifically Greathelm. But we'll get to that in a second. But thank you so much for being here, Malev.
Oh, thank you guys for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
Cool to have you on. I know that you're also going to let us know a little bit about LVO because you just got back from that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
great.
it was a good time.
Cool, excellent. I guess LVO Part 2, LVO 2025.
LVO 2.0, yeah, for sure.
Nice. We have to learn a bit
The
about
Elvenoing,
the Elven.
you know.
It must have been weird having two LVOs this year.
Yeah, I only went to one, so it was fine there. But I'm sure if people did go, it's probably a little strange.
We'll have to check in with Kat at some point. And
Yeah,
see.
like Phil. I know Phil and Kat. They did both.
They did both. Okay.
Yeah. Did Sam go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's there.
Yeah.
Was that cool? Okay, so yeah, he did both as well. Then
Oh, damn.
fantastic.
Okay.
So I'm confused. I know that the whole reason they did two this year was in order to get the slot, they had to book something this year, which I totally get. So are they going to keep, obviously the new location is the whole deal. Are they but are they going to keep this time date or like the regular date?
This slot.
Oh, that's kind of a bummer. Like the whole reason why they're in a good spot with their old date is like they're the first show of the year and you usually get like a bunch of
Yeah, but I mean, I hear you, but that's like right after Christmas. That's the like.
I'm with you. I think that's why the attendance isn't good.
Yeah, there's no, you just be already like New Year's Eve flashbanged, and you're like, oh yeah, let me hit up the 5-day Warhammer tournament.
Yeah,
it's just.
I think there are two reasons for it. One is when they originally started in January, it was off season, so everything was much cheaper.
Right.
But of course, everybody in the country wised up to it's off season, it's much cheaper, so they put all of their stuff there, so prices started to rise, so it became not off season anymore. So October is the new off season, so prices are back down.
Okay.
For them at least.
It did seem kind of chill. It was, I mean, the streets were still popping, places were still going off, but at the same time it did seem kind of chill.
Wasn't kind of crazy. But the other one as well is that rather than being at the beginning of the year, they want to be at the end of the season.
Yeah, it's exactly. Yeah, it would be like the last con now. This would be, kind of the send-off con, I think, in the future. So it could be good.
It could be good. I just think like from a marketing perspective, LVO is one of those shows where like they do their big reveal every year and everybody tunes in for it because you're like, oh, this is the first big update of the year. And now it's basically a month. Like we're looking at it's like a month and a half after Gen Con. So like I don't know how many new updates you're going to get at this show now, like, which is fine. Like, that's not their thing. They're not doing it because they do updates. They're doing it because they want to do a tournament. But I think it put them in a unique spot because they're sort of the first message you get every year. And now they don't have that. So,
right. It's going to be interesting to see how it pans out.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
That's why I was
looking
curious. I
forward
was like,
to
oh, are they keeping the dates? Like, that's why there's 2 this year. Like, I wasn't really sure what date they settled on. I thought like I said, I heard that the reason they did both of them this year was because in order to secure the contract, they had to do it this year. So they were like, we'll just do
make
2
it
shows.
sense. Sometimes things make sense like that.
Yeah.
Checks out.
I'd also say that they didn't want to wait 18 months between.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because that would be a long time. That would be a very long time.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyways,
but
yeah,
no,
didn't mean to derail us. I was just like, oh, that's weird.
It was cool. I'm glad to see more conventions on the West Coast. It's like a 6-hour drive for me, so I'm just like, it was great.
Excellent. I'm going to say hi to folks in the chat. Scott is here. It was in number 1 saying, hey, folks. Dave Hummel is live from work.
Oh,
Nice.
Waiting for flights to start. So Mark Maxey is here. Jonathan Palermo, Jason Turner, Jez Hunt. Josh is here. Cool hat, man. Thanks. Yeah, it's a pretty great helm.
it's a pretty great one.
There we go. Also, Dave Hummel says, yeah, it's not stupid hot in Las Vegas at the moment.
Yeah, it was kind of nice.
Last time I did LBO, it wasn't hot either. It was. I remember.
True,
No,
because it's in the frost seasons.
Sean Gleason has joined us. Alan Borthwick is here. Happy lunchtime, all.
Nice.
Indeed. And Scott says, I don't like this time frame for LBO. Dad, I'll be back. Also, don't like that it's not in a hotel. That'll be
it not being in the hotel was like, yeah, if you don't have the transportations. Where we stayed at the Plaza. Me and my buddy Cody, and that was all right. It was just a short little drive. Couldn't walk it. It would be pretty annoying to walk that, especially with I had like mad bags. I was overpacking because it was nearby.
right. Yeah.
I thought it was at the Golden Nugget.
No,
it was at the World. I think it was called the World Market Center. I think is what the Expo Center was called.
Expo at the World Market or something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
World
Expo Center.
It was a nice building, but it was like the biggest square box building ever. It was just like one super room,
That's weird. Yeah, that's one of the things I always used to love about the old Adepticon is like you're just upstairs and you just come downstairs. Like it's a I mean, Nova's the same way. Like you stay in the hotel. Like I kind of dig that. Vegas is kind of known for that too, right? Like everything's all like indoors and you're at hotels and you could literally be in Vegas for a week and not go outside, like because everything's connected like underground.
Kind of.
I'll check it out. Yeah, again, who knows? This is their first year, like,
I think you've been watching too much of like Ocean's 11.
Dude, I've been there. Like this is
connecting everything underground.
I've been to Vegas. I've been to Vegas 7 or 8 times, and it's always for shows. And I'll be there for, I think the shortest stay I've ever had is like 3 or 4 days. The longest stay is like 9. And literally, there'll be times where I'm like, "Have I been outside today?" Because there's you don't need to. Like everything is designed so you don't do that.
For sure. Well, it's everything's designed to keep you inside the place where you're gonna put your money in the machine.
Right? Exactly.
So if you go outside like towards the street, that's like you've escaped effectively.
Yeah.
So someone's failed their job.
Interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Caitlin's joined us. Super Dan Osborne has joined us as well. And Dave Hummel says it's freaking hot 9 months of the year. It is indeed. And this is like Moria for gambling.
He's not wrong.
It's a Moria for gambling. Yeah, you could definitely get lost. I've been going to Vegas a bunch as a young kid. Grew up pretty much going there like 2 or 3 times a year. And the smell of smoke, like the casino floor smoke, that's like I'm like, wow, I'm home. Wow, here we are once again. Because it's just you don't smell that smell anywhere else, really.
Not anymore. No.
And most of them don't have that. I remember when we were in Reno Like Reno still has that because you can still smoke in the casino. There's like a smoking section.
Mhm.
All
Yeah.
the big hotels now in Vegas, they don't allow that. But like
Yeah, you
in
get that
Reno,
second
like
hand.
a lot of them still do.
That's crazy.
Yeah. We were specifically, I think we got a little discount on the room because we were specifically on the smoking floor. So, you know,
okay.
you open out and just
Dang.
Nice. Excellent. Nice. I was going to say, Malev, you've been super busy with the Greathelm Kickstarter, but have you had a chance to do any other painting or hobbying or?
So right now I'm actually working. My man Sean Sutter, Relic Blade creator, has been deep in the mines, doing some incredible work to bring some awesome stuff to Relic Blade. But he's been doing it real quiet in the background without a peep. But I'll say that he's been working on Relic Blade plastics.
Oh, wow.
And so I'm actually working on the box arts for those.
Nice.
Been finishing up the pigs and the new darkness set.
Okay.
And yeah, that was, I traveled down through because I had to work on them while I was traveling to LVO, and I brought them down in the monument case. And Blackside Studios created this like little MDF figure carrier that uses these slide-in trays with rubber band loops that you kind of just attach to the base of the figure. And that was great to just have the mobile command center, because in the back of the monument case, I got the lucent light. I was just like Transformers, you know, it's like just had everything ready to go. Nice. It was crazy.
That's cool. Excellent. We're excited. We'll have to have a chat with Sean when they
Oh yeah, no, it'd be great. I think he'd be a great one to have on the show.
Oh yeah, we've had him on before. It was definitely a super cool chat. But
we'll have him on with some updates.
Yeah. Talk about some of the goodies.
That'd be good. And yeah, well, if Jets, this would be great if Relic Blade made it to you.
Yeah, see, man, that's the thing. It's like, y'all know, a plastic box with a plastic frame, a little bit easier to ship in large quantities than a sort of proprietary packaged bits of metal.
He could also if he's doing on plastics anyways, he could also do STLs now. Like there's so much stuff like.
Oh yeah, there's lots of things that are happening, you know, with the whole range is shifting and all types of stuff. He's definitely doing his thing.
Yeah. I was about to say something, and I thought, no, I don't want to say it just in case that's not what's happening. So we'll talk to Sean. We'll find out.
Get him on the show.
We'll dig deeper. Fantastic. That sounds cool. What about you, Jake? What have you been up to?
Not a lot. Did some RPG stuff this week. Last week I played a lot of ice hockey, my other hobby. I got in 3 games last week. Was not expecting that. I normally play 1 a week, and maybe every other week I'll pick up a second game. But so Monday night, this guy that I played with over the summer was like, "Hey, our goalie's not feeling good. Could you cover for us?" And I was like, "Sure." When? He's like, "Tonight." I'm like, "What time?" He's like, 9. I was like, you sure? So I like bailed out of work on Monday, whipped home, changed, took the dogs out, grabbed all my gear, was here for like an hour, and then like went to the rink. So I played Monday night, and then my normal game on Wednesday night, and then a bunch of the guys that I used to play in a league with were like, "Hey, we got ice on Friday. Can you play net?" I was like, "Sure." So we got ice on Friday, Jake. Yeah, can you play net? I was like, "I'll be there." Love that.
Exactly.
So got 3 games in last week.
Awesome. That's cool. That's great.
And I definitely went from a hobbies perspective for this. I definitely went down a deep hole looking up STLs for Trench Crusade. So Dan Osborne, friend of the show, who you guys all know. So Dan's coming up to Boston at the end of the month, and he was like, "Oh, you know, I can't really bring a lot of stuff with me. You know, it's too hard to fly with." And then he's like, "You know, unless you want to bring like a Trench Crusade warband or something." And I was like, "I don't know how to play Trench Crusade." And he's like, "Oh, I'll teach you how to play." And Phil's been pushing us to get into it, and Dave's been talking about it for a while. I was like, "Okay, fine." So I did research all this week and put together a warband. And after the show, I got to send Dave a bunch of like STLs so we can print it, and then we'll kind of go. Yeah, Dan's already in the chat, like fucking lighting me up. So, yeah. So like just looking at a ton of different like STLs and stuff. There's some really cool stuff out there. Like we talked about a couple weeks ago. The guys from like Bite the Bullet, they have some really cool sculpts. There's this Hopefully it looks good. Like I'll wait and see how it comes out. But this guy that I found online. I sent it to Dave. This guy, Red Pilgrim, I think is his name.
Yep.
He's got some really cool like mechanized infantry that I dig. There's a lot of the regular sculpts that I like. Like I really like the way the yeomen look. I just wish you could like modify their weaponry because some of them are like they're not armed the way that I'd like them to be armed. But
that's the thing is like the official ones, because I feel the same. But after I was looking and like trying to build like a Black Grail warband with the STLs that I downloaded, I was just like looking at the profiles, and it's like it can either have a sword and a shield or a gun. And then I look at the models, and there's a guy with the gun and a guy with the sword and the shield. And I'm like, oh, okay, so those guys.
See, the yeoman, it's a lot different. It's like they come with a bolt rifle, but then it says like you can exchange their weapons for whatever you want. You get a discount, and then it's like, do you want to give them a submachine gun, or do you want to give them a shotgun, or do you want to give them a pistol? Do you want to give them a sword? Do you want to give them a hammer? Do you want to give them a shield? And I'm like, dude, like, okay, all right, I guess I'll have to be a little more selective. But the models only have like 2 or 3 different variants.
I was just leaning into the bolt rifles.
Even the companies, yeah, I mean. If they were plastic, like I would just convert everything. But with it being resin, I was like, I don't want to mess with it because like,
no, for sure.
Just when you send me your list of what you want, and if I need to do any digital kit bashing, I'll do some digital kit bashing.
Sweet, thanks, man.
Well,
sure, but I mean, you understand what I'm saying? Like, if you're just a regular player trying to pick it up, I'm like, how are you supposed to do that? Bub?
You find friends who do digital kit bashing.
Yeah, like, hey, do you know how to do this stuff? Do you know the secret handshake?
Back to that.
Yep. But yeah, so it should be good. I can't remember if I mentioned Chris Gawker is here. Mike Sibilia has joined us. Sean Gleason said he played some Blood Bowl and worked on Dryker, which is cool. And Jez Hunt has been painting some Dungeon Saga minis. It's very cool. Excellent. And Dave Hummel's stuck in some time on the Raiders this weekend. We've got more photos of his Land Raiders.
Nice.
And Kat Swift has joined us. Patrick Milan is here as well.
Pat, I think it's going to get big. There's a bunch of guys that play local, so.
Yep. Excellent. Okay, I've got a game tomorrow night. Second game of 7TV.
Oh, fun. Okay. That game. I've had my peepers on that game. Really cool.
Yeah, it is pretty neat. It's
yeah, I just wanted them starter sets because it just looked like them came with like crazy stuff.
Yeah, like, oh. It's absolutely wild.
Yeah,
we're super lucky that the guy who hosts our Wednesday night gaming group, Eric, is game mastering all of it essentially. So he finds out who's coming. He works out which warband is going to face which other warband. And he creates a scenario around that, and script cards and all that sort of thing.
Sounds like my kind of man, Eric.
Yeah, we just have to show up and plunk our models down and get ready to try and survive. That's what I'll be trying to do.
Okay. Which variant? Some fantasy? Which one?
Well, he's opened it up to all of them. So
okay.
I'm playing like the crew of the Nostromo.
Gotcha.
Going up against the team from Venture Brothers tomorrow.
Did you add in Ripley in the load lifter?
No, I didn't. I'll have to have a chat with him about that. But I'm just going straight up for the Nostromo crew again, same as I ran last time. And I'm just going to run them a little bit differently. Just going to not throw them forward as quickly as I did last time, where I got completely wiped out by the BPRD. So all good.
Well,
but yeah, so I've got some photos to show in a minute of those. And I'm painting up some more of the Sacred Crostolera models from Patrick.
The sacred what? The sacred what of the what?
The Sacred Crostolera.
Okay.
So Patrick Heath sculpted up a whole Trench Pilgrim proxy warband for Trench Crusade.
It's all like battle nuns.
Battle nuns. Okay.
So
damn, she hit you with the cross like that?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, that's been a lot of fun. And I finished off my second Battletech Lance and the crew of the Nostromo.
He battling.
All that sort of fun stuff. And
yeah, all the Battletech Gothic stuff showed up in the store on Monday, I think.
Yeah.
That new box is nasty.
got a message from Ben yesterday, Ben Fail.
Yeah.
Saying, hey, have you seen the new BattleTech Gothic stuff? And I was like, yeah, I have. Usually I'm into mashups. I love it when like two things get slammed together, except peanut butter and chocolate. I don't like peanut butter and chocolate together. And also, I'm not getting into BattleTech and Grimdark being smashed together.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, it's hard. I like, I feel like BattleTech is already this kind of like departure into this harder, hard surface sci-fi. So I'm like, I want to see what that's about. If dragons are also breathing on them, then I'm like, huh?
It's way weirder. It's way weirder than that. It's like I thought I was really excited. Oh, here's the 2-minute pitch. So, so I thought that because they had like giant monsters and stuff, that there was going to be like some Pacific Rim kind of vibes. Like there are these big, horrible aliens that we have to like fight, or there's like crazy monsters, or if they want to go 40K vibe, there's like a rupture in space and we're fighting these weird like interdimensional beings, which are definitely not called demons. And I was like, cool, I'm here for it, whatever. And then you find out that like the weird monster things are like these bizarre sort of experiment weapon beasts that like the different houses have like, oh, I found this giant rhino and I dosed it up with like steroids and I made it huge and I put a tank turret on it. And I was like, now I feel bad for those monsters. Like, that's like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, I don't want to, like, so I'm like, do I just fight those? Like, have they gone crazy? And they're like, no, you can have them as part of your army. And I was like, I just want to run giant robots. I don't want any weird, sad dinosaurs with lasers on them. Like, so I like,
these have been subjected to horrible things.
Yeah. I was like, it's a cool vibe and the aesthetic is really neat. And like the art they've done is awesome. But I'm also like, I'll just stick with regular BattleTech, dude. Like, I just want giant robots. Like, that's what I'm here for. So
nice. In the chat, Pete Harrison's joined us. Fantastic. Mike Sibilia says, what about peanut butter and Nutella? I have not tried that combination.
Nutella will get you. That's a sneaky joint.
Scott Raiden says, you don't like peanut butter and chocolate? What a mutant. Let's get him.
Yeah, I mean, because that means that you don't like Reese's Pieces. And I mean, I'd be with you if we was talking about the cereal, because I'm gonna say ixnay on the Reese's cereal. But a peanut butter cup, that's great. Like, I definitely will go crazy on a Reese's peanut butter cup.
My wife loves that, so she's super happy that I don't.
Oh no, I get that.
Yeah, it works out. I get it.
Yeah, works out. So
just you guys at home, make sure you just send Dave. Halloween's coming up. Remember, send Dave all your black licorice and hard candy that you don't want.
No, just chocolate. I love chocolate.
You like chocolate or no?
I love chocolate.
Oh, okay.
I love peanut butter,
but just not.
That's super weird. Usually people that don't like chocolate and peanut butter are people who either don't like chocolate or don't like peanut butter, not people who like chocolate and peanut butter.
I know.
No, I mean, he's a man of flavors. Yeah, I'm
fantastic. Excellent. Jez says peanut butter and chocolate is awesome, but it's nice for Dave to be wrong sometimes.
That's true.
Absolutely fine.
And when he's wrong, oh boy.
it's big. It's
a doozy.
Fantastic. Nice. Oh, okay, cool. Let's get going then. Let's jump into the first presentation.
Let's do it. What do we got?
Let's go. Okay, so first up, of course, thank you very much to the Army Painter, our season sponsor, and the lovely folks who invited us to be part of the Army Painter Factory team. So I think we have a meeting coming up soon, don't we, Jake?
Yeah, next Thursday. A week from tomorrow.
Week from tomorrow? Or a week from... Yeah, okay. Cool. I'll have to try and make...
Thursday, a week from Thursday.
Yeah, all good. But I pulled this one up. Tyler did a little video short to go with his blog post on the Army Painter blog. Then check out how he paints white scars. There's a couple of reasons I chose this one. One, Malev and I both were talking about it before the show. We struggle like looking at Brigade Gray.
Brigade Gray.
We have to be very careful about
prime yourself.
Yeah.
It's a good little tongue twister.
Yeah. There's a lot of similar sounds in there.
Brigade Gray.
repetition.
Brigade Gray.
This-
Brigade Gray.
For me, I found myself wanting to say Brigade
Brigade.
Grade.
I got you. I'll handle all the Brigade Grays.
Brigade Grays.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But also, Scott is going to love this video as well.
Really?
Because it turns out that Tyler puts his brush between his forefinger and middle finger.
Oh, he go with an advanced grip right there. I see.
Yeah.
Oh,
For his crazy
interesting styles.
So he's definitely going to enjoy that.
Interesting. Yes, Jez, you are correct. The speed paints are amazing.
Yep. Cool.
How amazing?
I got the old speed paints from a local
This
shop.
amazing.
Oh, the
air, the ones that would get reactivated, and
Yep.
curiously enough, them joints was flawlessly not reactivating.
Yep.
I was stumped. I was like, huh.
You're trying to make them reactivate.
Yeah, no, I was just using them kind of like in the way that I would kind of normally use like contrast paints and this sort of thing, just to see how it was working and stuff. And they gave the local store gave them to me because I was like doing a little local paint thing, and they're like, "Oh, we already have all of the new stuff in. Like, we'll literally never move this. Like, here, please take it." And I was like, "Well, sure. I mean, why not? Tried them out." And I was like, "Oh, snap! These were great."
Yep.
Yeah, there's a couple people that'll go crazy on them. There's certain colors you can still find them on eBay. People are selling original speed paints, like original formula.
No, I might got a little golden box in my hand over here.
Yep.
Because it's the fatty one. It's the mega set.
Like I said, nice. Fantastic. Next up on the slide here, I mentioned the
Shout out to Black Side Stew.
Yep. So the space truckers, aka the crew of the Nostromo.
Hell yeah.
So I tried to mess around with the basically the flashing orange light approach. Maybe it's probably a little bit heavy-handed.
Wow.
But I had fun working on it.
Oh, it looks good.
And I think
Little kitty.
Yeah. I think I need to go back and try and paint some little sort of stripes on Jonesy there.
Yeah, just.
But
They look cool.
I was excited to get them done. That was a lot of fun. And I mentioned that I finished the second Lance, so now I have Lance House Steiner.
These are great.
Is it standard to not base them up, or do people base them up?
I think Dave just consciously made a decision not to.
At the moment, yeah, I've just done that.
Or just haven't got to it yet.
Haven't really decided on what to do with it yet. I think it's also because a lot of the models that I've painted that have been single piece, like PVC plastic, have been from board games. My standard for that is to paint the base black. So I haven't really.
You subconsciously were like, board game.
Board game.
I mean, for the sake of the game, it's totally fine because you play on different maps all the time.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because you got the.
But it's like playing 40K, right? I mean, it's like you might be on a desert table or a forest table or a city table, and it's like I don't change my bases all the time. Like the bases are for the army, not for the table. But
yeah, and we'll see how it goes. See what happens. But yeah, so I added the wasp.
They look cool. I like the scheme. It's like blue and white.
The wasp, the archer.
Yep.
Here. And then I always get these two mixed up. So
that's a Phoenix Hawk.
That's the Phoenix Hawk, and this one's the Wraith.
Yep.
I always think that this one's the Wraith, and then I second guess myself.
The Wraith is the one that has like the antenna devil horns on its backpack.
Right. Yeah. It's also got a much sleeker sort of head sort of setup, which feels a bit more Wraith-like. And when I say Wraith-like, I mean like the 1980s Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, phenomenal. Wraith. With the they're driving in a GMC Banshee in that movie.
Oh, is that what it is?
It was a concept car that they teased at like an auto show, and it looks super cool. So that's a GMC Banshee that they're driving. That's the thing that looks like that crate. It's the Wraithmobile. Like that's what that is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's a fun looking vehicle.
Yeah. You're checking it out now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm excited, and so now I get to paint up the clan sort of thing. But I'll probably get I'll mention it again at the end of the show, but I'll get folks to throw me some suggestions for color schemes for the clan mechs.
I like to think myself I'm pretty knowledgeable when it comes to lots of different IPs and stuff, because I gets pretty OCD about a lot of stuff and really get into it. But Mech Warrior, I haven't dived into it yet. The only thing I really know is like Timberwolf. You know, I'm like, oh, that's the
right.
But other than that, like my ability to look at a mech and go, oh, that's no, just got none of that in the brain.
Yep. I've had to learn these things, Malev.
Mm-hmm. No, I just need to get the Mech Warrior, like, because I know at the shop they have, because they brought in Mech Warrior recently. There's like the rule book, and then there's kind of like the universe book, if I remember correctly. And I just need to go crazy on one of those and get down and start learning. Oh, what one? That one? Oh yeah. See, okay, the universe. Yeah.
Yep.
Time to read.
All good. And I think next up. Oh no, Jake sent me this one. This photo. This is not one that Jake painted, but
that's a nice looking mech. I like that. This is just a nice little guy.
The Warhammer. That's the Warhammer. It's kind of like the classic BattleTech mech.
Mm-hmm. That's what that one's called, the Warhammer.
Yeah, it's a ripoff of the Macross Macross.
Okay, I can kind of see
Tomahawk. I think.
A little bit of Macross in there.
But I sent this to Dave to show him the canopy. So this thing has this tiny little window on the front.
Yep.
Like, so it just has this little cardboard like this. So the pilot gets in there and pulls the canopy shut, and there's just like a front window, and then there's these two little side windows. And Dave apparently did his with like the full sunroof. Like
I misread the model.
Mm.
Oh,
I see it. I sees it.
And you can see it right under the stripe. That's the cockpit. But Dave's apparently is a sunroof. He did
I'm gonna fill that in with putty.
He added some options.
I'm gonna fill that in with putty now and paint over it.
Man's is just standing up in the cockpit now.
Yeah.
Fantastic. There we go. Awesome. But now, Greathelm.
Oh, look at that.
These are great.
Speaking of cool minis. So we brought you on to talk about Greathelm.
Yes.
We've had you on before talking about your micro, like Malev and the microverse.
The micro games, yeah.
Micro games, and your passion for that. I think at the time we talked about I can't remember if we might have talked about the One Box Wargame Challenge.
Yeah, we might have chatted about it for sure, yeah.
I think so. In the end, you got like 90.
Oh, it was 100 plus. Yeah, I think it was nearly like 120.
Oh wow!
In the end, it was
awesome,
substantially more than I was capable of handling correctly. That's for sure.
Okay. Okay. Basically, the idea with that, folks, was that people could put together a sort of conceive of and create their own war game using just a single box of miniatures. So find any box of miniatures, pick what they wanted, and create a game that used those miniatures that had that focus, that genre, whatever it happened to be. And over 120 entries is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it was really cool, and there was a lot of really interesting, non-combat games, racing games, and then there was a lot of stuff that you kind of your standard. It was really cool.
Yeah, nice. This the box that you used for these guys was from Wargames Atlantic, is that right?
Yeah. The Chivalry. I think the kit is called the Age of Chivalry Medieval Foot Knights kit, and it has when I set out to because the original One Box Wargame was my game Convict Combat that was designed off of the cannon fodder frame from Wargames Atlantic, and then I made a little YouTube video about it, sort of talking about the idea of the One Box Wargame and just like pretty much just kind of having fun with it. And that garnered the response that people were like, hey, maybe we should do this as sort of like a community challenge or something like that. And so that's where it came. And then for my entry, even though I didn't really enter it because I was kind of running it, was Greathelm, and based off of the similar concepts put forth for Convict Combat, design a game that was based off of the One Box. With Greathelm, looking at that Foot Knights kit, it was just what's on the frame. Like, so one frame was sort of the driving, the real driving motive behind the game's design is if I give you this one frame that has 6 knights on it, that's the core of the game. So as you guys can see in this picture, there is 6 red knights and 6 blue knights. And so with that one box, the idea is that it comes with 4 frames in the box with 6 on each. So that is technically a 4-player starter set to play a game of Greathelm.
Nice.
Did you work out a deal with Wargames Atlantic? Are they sending you like, $3 for every box that they sell?
So yeah, I do have a little affiliate link. If y'all want to use
Nice.
that, that'd be great. I'd really appreciate that. But I have certainly, at LVO, there was a local friendly local game shop that was selling some of their stuff at LVO, and those nights went quick. Those nights got snatched up after getting some Greathelm demos in.
Yep. Excellent. Alan Borthwick says, just coincidentally, I'm staring at that box of Foot Knights now, looking forward to making some of them for Greathelm.
Hey, yeah, no, they're gonna be perfect for it.
Fantastic. Nice. But I went through and snagged some photos from Malev's social medias, and I did enjoy this one.
Yeah, because this picture right here is like one of the things about Greathelm is like, and the micro games in general, is this concept of like accessibility and kind of occupying a space that, while it's small or micro or bite size, the game experience really isn't, or the eponymous build, paint, play kind of cycle is really what I focus on in these sorts of things. Like in the Greathelm, for example, you collect 6 knights, paint 6 knights, and then play with the 6 knights. And that whole concept of taking the thing that we already know and love and are effectively chasing all the time to complete, like Jake was mentioning, building a Trench Crusade warband, and the sort of, for lack of a better term, the homework that you have to do in order to do that. And so that sort of stuff, with that sort of stuff in mind, Greathelm gets around that by sort of trusting this. It's a meta awareness of what's going on. By that I mean we're playing with miniatures, and so it follows the old convention: what you see is what you get. So as this picture describes, the items that are on in the character's hands are what they're going to use. And how I get around the concept of homework for your warband building is that you don't have to write the information down on paper. You don't need to write, my blue knight named Blue Knight has a longsword, because the model has a longsword. Just
he's there.
You're ready. The list exists in the miniature form, so you don't have to write it. There's no list building. There's no points. There's nothing to research. If you just build a box of 6 knights, you cannot build an incorrect option, unless you, for whatever reason, try and put like 2 left arms with the shield on the guy and give him like 2 shields. Then we don't have those options for you. But other than that, it's about doing what you are intuitively doing already, and not putting any barriers in front of you. Like no papers, nothing. You just, what do you want to do? Oh, I'll grab these 6 miniatures, and that's your list.
Cool. Nice. I thought we'd go through, I snagged a bunch of images of the sort of from the rule book. I figured we'd have a bit of a chat about those, and then work our way through to the excitement that you've had over the last few.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So when did you start working on Greathelm then?
Pretty much about a year ago. So yeah, about in October or September, about a year ago.
Right. Excellent. So first up, gameplay overview, the play area.
And
As
this
part
is
of that
kind of
micro game.
Yep, this is a part of that concept of accessibility, being that instead of, you know, if you have to make a table, which is something that we know and love, which is awesome, and that is a part of Greathelm. If you want to make terrain, that is a part of it. But in terms of just getting to play a game, what is more accessible than, because your paper printer don't work anyway, so there's going to be paper in it, you know. And so just grab the paper out. That could be, you know, that's the play area that's in the
You
side.
could even print a cool map.
You could even print a cool map, which is as the one that's depicted there is the one that is part of the play test, the paper play test, and has definitely become the de facto battlefield for Greathelm players across the world.
I think we saw it before here.
Yeah, and see,
Very nice.
The notion is that when you play Greathelm, you're playing. It's a sort of cinematic, like that's why, you know, shout out to 7TV. And there's a lot of this sort of movie mentality in Greathelm by the nature of the scenes. And instead of trying to have you focus on building like a 4x4 table that might be the whole subject of a grand battlefield, each scenario features several scenes, and each scene has its own parameters in which you fight and determine victory. And the way that it works is that there's always an attacker defender, and if the attacker wins, the scenes progress to the kind of end the scenario in a natural kind of way. And so it's never really about, you know, this little micro area doesn't really represent the entirety of the battle. It's not actually representing a skirmish between 6 knights and 6 knights. It's actually the camera zooming in to focus on 12 knights out of hundreds that are battling in some large engagement. But these guys are the ones that are going to do the movie-like scene that propels the story forward. There are stars of the show, effectively.
Nice.
I think I would just say, yeah, from that point of view, that concept, it does have that very strong connection with 7TV and
yeah, where it uses a lot of the game doesn't really use the language in the same way as the rules, but in the kind of the way you think about it, like for example, in this terrain list, this micro skirmish concept is, say for example, if the scene takes place in the bailey, the interior of a castle, I want players to use the terrain features list and think more like a set director and kind of build out segments of action into their diorama. Like, for example, with the elevation and hazardous, they can put, you know, a staircase somewhere and have a broken barricade section. And with the intention that if a knight is ever bashed towards this edge, he'll fall and land on the spikes. You know, you almost like you're setting up stunts to be played out in a movie scene. But when the scenario happens, you just kind of say action and see in which ways that you can play and interact with those things.
right.
I like your terrain feature spooky.
See, for example, yeah, you see, you say you put little gargoyles on the walls, or you put a skeleton, you know, hanging on the wall or something. And the spooky terrain just means if the knight's next to it, it's gonna be a 1+ on their courage test because they're just unnerved. You know?
Right.
And so you can also play with that because they all have mechanics in that way.
That's your Hollywood jump scare.
To do things like that. And my favorite one's the throwable, because, you know, on the thing about, there's tons of little terrain that has lots of detail, like little cups or plates or little vials of liquid and stuff. And so if you give something the throwable trait, knights can interact with that terrain in a logical, intuitive way that you see books or, you know, a little pot of fire and gain a ranged attack, you know, during the scene. And you can then turn that stuff off if it doesn't feel appropriate for the thing like that. And so it's a real sandbox sort of design with the micro skirmish in that regard.
Nice.
Yeah, that is very, that's a great way of just thinking about it rather than crates or barrels or
it's get real detail because we're playing in that small play space, right? And so it gives you the opportunity to create quite literally like a play set in a unique way that you almost interact with it like you would kind of almost like a RPG set where there's all of these different interactable elements, and your choice as the player or game master is kind of like how those get interacted with emergently during gameplay.
Yeah, absolutely. That's cool. The initiative phase. There's always an initiative and the way that things sort of cycle through. In a game. I'm always interested in seeing how that kind of thing works.
This is just genius. This is like old school battle dice. You just roll a bunch of d6s, and anything with a 6 goes first, and then anything with a 5 goes, and anything with a 4 goes. Like that's great.
Yeah, I don't know if we have a picture of the action list, but the action list is also sort of tied to that. It's no worries if not, because it's pretty straightforward. You know, the idea is you start out with 1. You always have 1 dice, and then for each guy that you have, you add an additional dice. So every game starts with 7 dice, and you roll them, and depending on your result, you organize them into these little rows. And you and your opponent alternate going through each of these what are called initiative steps. So like the 6 initiative step, the 5, the 4, blah, blah, blah. And you go down, ending at the 1. And the 6s are your runs. Your guys are going to be running up to 6 inches. They're going to be running real far. The 5s are what are called the walks, and they move just a little bit less, but they move 4 inches. The 4s are called bashes, which are sort of like grapple attacks or shield bashes. They're about moving your opponent because they just moved into contact maybe with the 5 or a 6. This is the opportunity to move them away to try to make a new plan or something like that. And then 3s are what are called the step actions, where they only move 2 inches. And then that gives you your final chance in the round to move, get your position correct, because the 2s are the light attacks, the fast attacks, and the 1s are the heavy attacks.
Oh, wow.
And each night, like again, going with the accessibility thing, I don't want you to write anything down. You don't have to write anything down. My favorite number is 3. So each night has 3 health. Each night can hold 3 momentum. That's really all you have to remember. This is like how much is this. You put little damage markers on next to them. When a knight takes 3 damage, they're out. So with light attacks, they deal 1 damage. Heavy attacks deal 2 damage. So it's very straightforward in that regard. When a knight takes damage, you roll a d6, and if you roll a 6, they armor save, no damage. 2 to 5, they take the damage as normal, and if you roll a 1, you take an extra point of damage, which is how you can get. It could be pretty deadly if you roll the 1.
Could be fatal. Yeah, nice. I love that. I like the I played some Rain in Hell earlier this year from Vince and Uncle Adam.
Yeah, that initiative, right, with the 12s, right, with the
D12s. And so with that one, where you roll a D12 for every model in your force, and those are that order 12, 11, 10. Order. But so if you roll a whole bunch of 1s, most of your force is going later. I like that this incorporates movement and action and combat in it. So that a 1 isn't terrible. It's
1s are actually pretty good. If you have some, if you got in the right position to throw them 1s, oof, that's when the heads start getting
does having a knight with a shield versus not having a shield, does that help with like armor or anything, or is
Absolutely.
it just like an action?
So one thing that I do want to mention versus I think and I'm not super familiar with Rain and Hell off the top of my head, but one that makes Greathelm a little bit different than your traditional tabletop skirmish game, like even like for example, Warcry also has a similar kind of roll dice initiative system, but where Warcry has your model activate, do 2 actions kind of thing. In Greathelm, like leaning along again with the sort of movie analogy, any and all actions can be performed by the same knight. There's no restriction on how many actions a knight can perform. It's just whatever you want to happen or need to happen is who you can spend that dice on to perform the action. As if, again, like you're the director and you really I need you to take him out, go. This guy needs to do a bash, like you go. Or you also need to move after you do a bash, follow up, so you can just really decide exactly how. You have a lot of control over your actions. And sometimes you need one guy to just go crazy.
Right. Nice. That is cool. Excellent.
So yeah, this is the clash test. This is kind of the big thing about it. So the game ran very straightforward. It's got a lot of shared DNA with Middle Earth strategy battle game. In just that, roll a dice. Who rolled the highest? You win. Very classic kind of thing. And even some of this outnumbering stuff is even the pictures very inspired by the old Middle Earth strategy battle book. So when I labored to make this, I really wanted to kind of evoke the older books of like looking at models on the full terrain, really give that sell that idea and try to make some fun diagrams to look at. Yeah. And so the way that the class test works is any of the actions that require class tests, the attacker is going to roll a dice and the defender rolls a dice, and they add modifiers based on certain things, like maybe their weapons or like to your question, a shield. Shield will always add a +2 to the roll. So if a defender rolls a 6, they got 7, 8. So they can be pretty tough to beat on the average roll.
Nice.
I always build my stuff really heavy. Like as a Space Marine player, I'm always like, how do I get my guys to make sure they make all their saves?
Shields are really good, but at the same time, the two-handed weapons are the ones that also will generally benefit from the heavy attacks and stuff.
Yeah, hit harder. Gotcha. That's the trade-off.
Mm-hmm.
I always, as an Imperial Guard player, I always try to work out how I can get more men on the table. But it seems like
more bodies.
I won't be able to do that for this. So
no, you just need 6.
I only get 6. Maybe I'll have to have some more shields. But yeah, that's cool. Quest progression. That was like a cool page when I saw it.
Yeah, so this is another. I was saying, the thinking about what we do, and this is one thing that I really enjoy about it because it leans into emergent gameplay, which is what is so strong about tabletop gaming. That head movies, when it blows my mind that I can like actually remember events that took place on a tabletop as if they were kind of like real things that took place, but it really was just a set of dice rolls according to some conditions that created such a cohesive narrative that all of us at the table experienced something together that is, for lack of a better term, like a memory, and so with that kind of in mind, the way that we play games and how the dice results can excite us and things can happen that are cool. When you play a campaign in this game, again, instead of writing anything down, you just grab the 6 guys that you want. If you have more, that's fine. But for this battle, which 6 do you use? And at the beginning, you don't bother writing anything down. You don't bother naming them. You play in this campaign format, what's called the Chronicler. So you're not playing any of the knights. You're effectively playing the little scribe guy that follows around the knightly order and like writes down the stuff that they do.
That's amazing.
And so during gameplay, there's there's an achievement system, and say like a simple the achievements are tied to virtually everything in the game. say a simple one is called Indomitable, and that is make an armor save, roll a 6, during an armor save, and they're very straightforward to achieve. But when you play the game, the way that it's supposed to work is you just play it and react naturally. Something exciting will happen. Like, for example, a guy surrounded by 3 dudes, someone throws a heavy attack, and we both know that he's going to die if he doesn't roll a 6. Stop. We both scream because we just saw something cool. The idea is that after the game is over, you just sort of ask yourself that, and it's as if the other knights in the areas come up to that knight and say, hey, I saw what you did. Who are you? And then at that point, you then bust out your knight register as your little scribe and say, Sir Belvedere, the Indomitable, was outnumbered by 3. He rolled a 6 impervious and survived. And so you turn that achievement that he earned into the game into his title. That's right. When you write down the character, and then they get new stats and stuff to progress throughout the game. And so it just goes down to what you witness as you play. The most exciting thing that happened is going to be an achievement in the game. And that's when you go, oh man, this guy's about his business. This guy's been chopping off heads. What's that? And you say it's the Goremonger. Oh snap, Gary the Goremonger. He's living up to his name. And then when that happens in this sort of campaign progression format, say for example, if we're playing a game and someone else is playing a game, when that happens in their game and they erupt and we stop and go, what? Someone over there getting the Goremonger achievement? We know that there's a knight out there earning some sort of name for themselves along with this title and what they've done. And so when we go play against that character or that person, should they want to bring into the scene this named character who's going to be better than just the non-named knights, we know, oh, I heard about Gary the Goremonger. Yeah, I might have to take him down because like you'd imagine in a campaign format, it says on the bottom of the page there, gruesomely slain knights. Knights can just get their heads chopped. And so there's a balance where you got one to do. I want to bring in my named knight. Do I really need him to use his abilities or his skills to make sure that I win this scene? Or am I cool just running in with 6 unnamed cast members that have yet to be discovered? And that
dude, I love that. I think you did such a good job capturing that. Like I tell people all the time, I'm always down for a game. Like Malev, if you flew into Boston tomorrow, or if I flew out to you and we're like, hey, let's get a game in, I'm down for just a game. But I love playing campaign stuff. It just feels more rewarding. It's like, okay, we did chapter 1. Like I want to finish the story kind of thing. And I think you've kind of clipped into that thing that I think a lot of us like, which is like everybody has these fond memories of Mordheim, right? And it's oh, I love Mordheim. And you're like, if you go back and play it, like Mordheim's fine. Like it's like I'm not knocking it, but like, what's everybody's favorite part of Mordheim? It's after
that chart.
The game.
Yeah, the charts, man.
That's
you
what
get that
wants.
story, you get some stuff.
Yeah, that's and you've done that. Like that's
a combination
awesome,
of those two things.
Doing good,
right?
you're killing it. That's great. That's what everybody wants.
Thank you, man. Yeah, no, I think it's been really fun because you just watch the game, you just watch what happens, and you just sort of let the game live in front of your eyes.
I usually try and avoid telling war stories, but if you guys
please.
Dude, everybody has them. Everybody has them.
Yeah, I got them. Yeah.
This is one about particularly when you're talking about the sort of cry from other tables and
yeah
sort of thing. The first Blood Bowl league that I played in for 3rd edition way back in or whenever 94. Played a human team, the Black Golf Buccaneers. My star catcher was Francois Datron.
Francois Datron?
Nice.
Francois Datron had Lippe, Doge, and he would leap and dodge all over the...
Lippe, Doge.
Lippe, Doge. And I would use that accent, that terrible accent, every time
People love that. People love that.
Yeah, my opponents didn't, but everybody else who was watching the games loved it. But I made it all the way through to the Chaos Cup final, and it was in the Games Workshop store. Everybody who'd played in it, and other folks who hadn't played in the league were coming in to watch the game. And I walked in. I had 2 figure cases in my hand, 2 single-sided
dual wielding
cases. I walked in, put one of them down, put the other one up on the table, opened it up, put out each of my players, kind of almost as if they were running out of the tunnel, kind of thing. And put it down, and everyone's like, "Where's Francois? Where's Francois? Where's Francois? Where, has he put out Francois yet? Where's Francois?" The other case, opened it up, and the only model that was in there was travel.
Dave was selling Francois merch.
I didn't do that, but everybody, as soon as I opened it up and reached in to grab him, everyone's like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, exactly. Yes, that is. Those are precisely the type of moments that I want to really go after with the nightly quest progressions, like club and league game stuff. I want people, if you got all the peeps in the same room, to be able to feel like they're all having a shared kind of experience, even if they're on different battlefields.
Yep, absolutely. And still be telling those stories 30 years. Absolutely. I won the Chaos Cup, but I can't. I think Francois only scored 2 touchdowns, but anyway.
Oh man, no, but he made all the difference, I bet.
He did. He was funny. That's where that worked. But no, I love this so much.
No, yeah, I'm really excited for people to just like kind of experience it, because it's so easy, and it's just like you just do it accidentally, and having, instead of trying to think about like different names and stuff, which can come really natural to people, and it is all really fun. It is cool to sort of discover the nature of the, like we were ready, because that's what's fun about campaign play, is kind of this weird little life that the models can take on. Like I can remember in past like Shadow War Armageddon campaigns that like my plasma gun sniper guy, like that dude was just so good. I felt like I could trust him. I didn't have to support him with the other guys. Like I had to keep everybody close to the SARD so you can give him their +1 to hit. My boy was like, dog, like he was just like, I got the plasma, and he goes off by himself and just causes havoc, and it was just you felt real in a way, and so then that only happened just through his performance in the game. He never blew himself up with the gets hot. He was an expert with that. That's
how you end up with favorite models. You're like, oh, that guy, that's my best guy right there.
Yeah, exactly. And sort of just like building that in. And so also in that same drama, like in the game, that's going to be important that there's a hall of like legends, so that when a knight meets, you like, I can't believe you took out my mans. You got to put him on the list, so never forget.
He gets the sarcophagus, with the
they get the little effigy, because it's like, nah, dog, that dude went through crazy. You can't believe you did that to him.
We're gonna bury Sir Gary with his shield.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's awesome. Fantastic. As we say, Brent from Goobenhound Hobbies has joined us. Hi, Brent.
What's up, Brent?
What's going on, man?
Sean, last game I had a halfling throw a complete pass to a catcher in the end zone. Nice.
Ooh.
And Scott
halfling
said,
pass.
fellow league members made a hat commemorating league MVP, my Pestigore Gertie Gores.
Gertie.
Blood Bowls are coming up a lot. I was at the store the other day and some guy came in and we spent like 20 minutes talking about Blood Bowl, and I'm like, I haven't played Blood Bowl probably since 2019. I think was the last time I played Blood Bowl. And
I have to circle back to Blood Bowl.
It's a great game. Like, I love it. But I was telling him, I was like, every single time I played, and you guys might feel the same way. Every single time I played Blood Bowl, I feel like the first half crawls, and then the second half flies by. And it's like, because everybody kind of forgets how their team works. And you're like, wait, what does your team do? Okay, I have to roll. Wait, so you have, that guy has what? And you're like, he has jump up. Oh, okay, so how do I? And then you're like, okay, halftime, let's reset. And then the second half, you're like, okay, cool, I score a touchdown, you score a touchdown. Like, everybody kind of figures out what they're doing.
Yeah. Sure. Excellent. Jess says,
look at it. Oh, thank you, y'all.
So, I think we're going to talk about bringing it to reality.
Nice.
Bring it into So that there's the little that was the original idea. I wanted to really make it a small, like kind of affordable, this little booklet, you know, a set of rules that would be real accessible for people to get in terms of size and stuff. And it was also the first time that I've like laid out a book and tried to design a book as well as designing it and that kind of thing. So that was really the real you know, the real driving impetus was really wanting to make something like all my own, all by myself, effectively.
Yeah. Awesome.
You kind of nailed the whole concept here in this picture too, because you've got like the whole battle,
Yeah.
but then it's zoomed in on these like 4 dudes in a trench.
Yeah, I'm glad that you picked that up, because yeah, that is the vibe. Like these guys are gonna do something over here, right? Maybe there's a guy in the back that's carrying a bomb or something like that, and these dudes have to stop them. And yeah, that was the thing that me and Sean wanted to kind of emphasize, where there's big battles going on, but the game is about these important moments in those big battles.
Yeah,
Nice,
fantastic. And so it was Sean did the artwork.
Yes, so Sean Sutter of Relic Blade.
It's great. I love it. Super comic booky.
Yeah, he did his thing, and he's got with lots of illustrations throughout the book as well, but a lot of really cool knights. And this is a bit, you know, chivalry, medieval warfare. It's a PC game that I really loved because of its very similar take, an anachronistic, just fun, low medieval first person combat game. And it was set in a world that had the Agathians, these blue knights that are sort of from a royal patronage. They've got a king, versus the Masons, which are more of like more of the democratic, like rise to power, natural vote for leader faction. And you kind of the red versus blue crashing together. And so in some ways, also Greathelm is a little bit of like a love letter to chivalry, medieval warfare, because I've spent so much time on that game.
Fantastic. Cool. And
yeah, the little drawings right there.
Some art there, and go through and laying out the book.
Great job with the font too, man. Like it's such a small choice, but having done like layouts before, like the font can make or break a game. The font you did for like the G in Greathelm, right. Amazing. Like that's it sets the whole tone.
And so that was the other artist that I work with, is that on the Greathelm title, like so Sean drew the art, but the Greathelm title was the work done by John DeCampos of Terrible Games. So Token Terrors, Black Mold, Valka, and he is does a lot of, he's in a metal band, and so he does a lot of really cool metal art, and he does the great lettering, you know, because you got to put the band name and stuff. Yeah. And so I told him, you know, I was reached out to the concept, and there was, and the idea was like, yeah, the Greathelm and like a cool broadsword, you know, and make it shiny. And since he's got such a comic book style as well, he made it match the line weight.
Cool.
Yeah,
and kind of made it really look appropriate for to match like Sean's art, so that there's a blend there. And so I'm continuing working with them throughout this thing. Sean's going to do the art for all of the reskins. And I'm going to have John do all of the titles and continue doing that.
The so crazy thing, John. So Terrible Games.
Mm-hmm.
John's local to Baltimore.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Word. I've told him, yo, bro, I will go stay on your couch. Like, let me hang. Like,
but two weeks ago was the Able Street Fair. Mm-hmm. So the street that I live on, we have a street fair every year. And Terrible Games, basically when I walked out my door, across the street is the Terrible Games booth.
Really? Oh my gosh, that is such a small world.
And no, that's talking to people about games all day.
That's the homie, man. Big shout outs to John. Like, no, their games are not terrible. They're honestly some of the coolest, most innovative games, and awesome, just the art, because John does everything. It's so consistent. Like this, they're incredibly slept on. Like, so I'm super excited to be able to work with John and try and bring his style to as many people as possible.
Yeah, no, that's super cool. Excellent. But yeah, it looks great. I included this photo. I snagged this one from your social medias because I thought it was cool.
I
Wow,
love that
yeah.
you're the second search result when you type in Greathelm.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's the actual Greathelm Wikipedia page and then your game. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, shout outs to Sean with the great name. I don't remember how we were chatting about the name, but I'm pretty sure Sean kicked out the name like Greathelm. He was like, it's a strong name, it's a cool image, it's Greathelm, and like it is funny because there is a strange ubiquitous to it, and I'm like learning that it's like people love Greathelms. Like the amount of people that have play tested the game, and I see photos with them playing it, and on the table is a Greathelm, is like it's more than my fingers on the hands. I'm like, what is going on? There's a secret subset of Greathelm owners that I didn't even realize existed.
No, that's great. I think it's one of those things where people who own Greathelms, I think initially they were like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna wear it all the time, and they put it on and it's like, oh man, this is really heavy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Unless you're reenacting the Black Knight fight scene, like, you don't really want to be wearing a Greathelm.
But having it there on the gaming table is super cool. But yeah.
And yeah, it's also worked out for a lovely, because as a music writer and rapper, I'm a lover of funky words and saying funky words and making up new words. So with the reskills, kind of coming up with this concept of like something helm, new helmet in different, take helmet and put it in different era,
Right.
It's like the ever shifting. We always need a helmet, kind of, for the most part, right?
Yeah.
You always got to protect the pink brain. I mean,
yeah.
Speaking of reskins, there was a good time to mention that. So during the Kickstarter campaign, so initially you launched the Kickstarter campaign, what, 2.5 weeks ago or two?
It's September 23rd. Yeah, leaning with my threes reliance. It was either going to be the September 3rd, my birthday, and then the other one was the 23rd, and I was like, oh no, we gotta do it. Now that happened to be a Tuesday too, which I hear is like that's like cool Kickstarter day or something.
Yeah, I always mention to folks that apparently like 10 or 12 years ago, somebody did a study, like looked through. It basically just scraped a lot of data from about Kickstarters, and that included that there are a higher percentage of Kickstarters that launched on a Tuesday were successful, were fun, which is a higher percentage than any other day. Not because,
and then it led to the now we got the Tuesday myth.
Now we've got the Tuesday myth.
Yeah.
Everything
so weird.
Yeah, that's how I love being superstitious sometimes.
So
it's the only rituals I got, I need magic in my life.
Nice. But you initially put up a like 10K funding goal.
Yes, because the idea was like, I just want to make the book, and get you that. And even in that, I put all of the reskins at the very back, and I actually initially stripped away all of my reskin ideas because I had a little meeting with Mike Hutchinson, Gaslands, and he took a look at my proposed plan, and he was like, yo, this gives me anxiety, like, you gotta change this. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So adjusted the the stretch and put things out, and mostly took a focus away from the reskins and just was like, let's just make Greathelm, but then put Kabuto at the 31,000, just thinking like, hey, I still want to mention the reskin thing. I already paid John to do the cool like Kabuto logo thing. I kind of wanted to like show it off, and like it's because it's the samurai. Kabuto is just the name for the samurai helmet. So I was like, ooh, Greathelm, Kabuto. There's a lot of fun things that I was just like, I really want to have this idea at least present, but I'll put it at the very end in case that gets unlocked. But we'll focus on Greathelm. And then yeah, blew that out, blew up that stretch goal. And then as you can see, I created several others, which were the ones that I kind of had in mind. But why this one was important for me is because the last stretch goal, which just got unlocked, which is which is that 110,000, was the open license, which now with that unlocked, I'm going to make that a real priority to see if I can get that available for people. But Forbidden Psalm and Will, he did something with the Morkborg open license, which was create Forbidden Psalm, and really brought Morkborg like across the RPG bridge to miniature skirmish tabletop gamers. And Forbidden Psalm has been really awesome for that. And so when I created Greathelm, because the core system and the initiative and stuff isn't like tied to knights or anything like that, the idea was that it'd be cool for people to create their own reskins, like and anybody could do it with the open license concept. And so reached out to Will and chatted with him about it, and then we were like, yeah, this will be a really cool, a really great concept, a proof of concept for someone who's literally the guy who took the Morkborg open license and made Forbidden Psalm to now take the kind of Greathelm one and do something similar to make what we're calling Forbidden Helm for the time being, which takes all the stuff that you enjoy about Forbidden Psalm in that kind of world, and then introduces like the Greathelm initiative system and the way that the actions work, for you to kind of smash those two things together and play a whole new game effectively.
Yeah, no, that's super cool. And I will 100% admit this is the first time I've fully read the entire text on this stretch goal. So I had a good chuckle then. The skin that potentially involves a sock or Mad Wizard.
Yes.
Everything like in Psalm, especially
Viprix. He's a crazy wizard, that guy.
Yeah. That's awesome. So 80K has been breached, of course.
That's one's been passed, yeah. So we're gonna get busy on it.
And also at 90K, this one's
past 90K. Yeah, this was a fun concept, because I was kind of trying to think of like, how can I add what's something that I can do to add value, to add something to the player base that isn't something that they have to pay for, really, because I didn't really want to add any more add-ons. I don't really want to have like people trying to add more stuff. And then also because I really just like collaborating, and such an opportunity to be able to like pay my friends or actually approach people that I wanted to work with and be like, now I can actually make it worth your time, to do these sorts of things. With, as I kind of described there, I really like playing games to music. And so it's common for me and the buddies to bring up the battle music playlist, and sometimes it is, they don't really fit, and sometimes they fit awesome, and just to kind of enhance the mood and make that whole immersion a little better. And also, a little art direction and make some new sounds and things to really make it a little bit unique. So the idea with this is that I will work with several producers, because I have a lot of friends that make a lot of cool stuff, to effectively make what I have in my head is I'd love to make a concept album that is effectively like the different stages of the game. Like I want one that's called Clash Test, for example. And that's obviously like I've got war drums to be more upbeat and when you're doing combat and stuff like that. But then maybe there's something that's called like Earning a Name, and then that one's more downbeat and kind of like they're in the tavern and you kind of have sounds of like mugs and people walking around and some little ambiance and stuff like that. But then to top it all off, my friend Sarah Gibson, very talented, talented vocal artist, has a background in kind of like in rock vocals, and she's got a lot of interest in different like Celtic languages, and she's really studied a lot of things to really make her she doesn't really even know it that she's kind of really she could make some good tabletop like adjacent music, nerd adjacent, for lack of a better term, music.
Little castle core.
Yeah, you know, we could. She's got the chops for it, you know, and so I think that if we get together, we're gonna make effectively an original song that, you know, I will want to be a cool track.
If you hit 120K, you get it in a 7-inch vinyl.
Wouldn't that be slick?
Let's not those things.
Get the vinyl, yeah, no, because that'll be really fun just to do that, because I make a lot of music already, and I've been effectively thinking about this idea of like making original songs for a game, because it's just I think it's and asterisk, making original songs for a game that's like not corny, that you actually like be like, oh, I want to listen to this, you know. I guess it almost a K-pop, not to say that K-pop Demon Hunters would be like the same a one-to-one kind of comparison, but the way that kind of people have like adopted the music from K-pop Demon Hunters, it being sort of like adjacent to the movie and kind of integrated, and so that when people are not even, you know, watching the movie anymore, but they love the song, in a similar way, I would really like for people to be singing, you know, the Greathelm. Man, that Greathelm rap part is just so sick, you know.
There's a lot of stuff like that. Like I listen to a lot of soundtracks at work, and like there's a couple guys I think are really good at it. So I think if you listen to, like, it still holds up. He just passed away, but if you listen to Basil Polidorius's Conan soundtrack, like you can put that on wherever we are. Like that whole soundtrack is just killer.
Okay,
like from start to end. Daft Punk with everything they did for Tron, like. There's soundtracks that I listen to that I'm like, man, these are just great.
Oh
like
man, the Daft Punk Tron, that was life changing when I saw that. I was so glad to see that in theaters. It was incredible.
But yeah, there's like it's always cool to have stuff like that. Like to this day, I think one of the soundtracks that's saved in my Spotify I listen to all the time is the Hacker soundtrack.
Oh really? I've not seen that. I gotta get on that joint.
It's amazing. It's all like 90s like pseudo, like it's amazing. There's some great stuff on there. Like Left Field, like it's like kind of the birth of the whole like digital sort of like remix synthwave kind of in pop music. It's amazing. But yeah, I think it's super cool that you're doing that. I think it's a really, really neat thing to do. And I mean, you're killing it on the I'm on the Kickstarter page right now. So you just broke, you're at 113 and change.
Oh my
and down the bottom, they're all like unlocked, and then it says 110. It says it's still locked. And the reason I gotta do that, it's because he's on here. He's not.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Fantastic. Jez says Battlefield printed on a vinyl album cover.
No, that's the vibe. That's the vibe. And so one of the things worth mentioning is that at 75,000, one of the things was the manufacturing dreams begin, and now combined with like the open license. I have a message from from Bandua, for example, who's like, hey, I'd really like to talk about making mats for the game, make things for the game, you know, measuring things, and that was the whole vibe with that, because I've got a couple of friends here in the States, the Black Site one, hitting up Black Site to create MDF for the game, you know, MDF kits that should like have some nice branding upon them and stuff like that. Still kind of got to get into, you know, designs and stuff with that. But then the Skirmish Mat homies, we've been chatting about creating a product range, which is effectively a pack of 4 mats, two double-sided, or rather 2 mats with 4 sides, double-sided interior, double-sided exterior, that are the mouse pad material that you might expect, that you know, are the Greathelm mat size, just something nice, and you know, throw all these down. You got 4 tables real instantly, and scene 1, scene 2 kind of vibe. And then Warsenal with their great acrylic tokens that they like make
Jay.
For. Yeah, you know, he's like, yo, give me some art, give me the things. We can cut some really awesome acrylic tokens for the game. And the game doesn't require a lot of tokens, but with like Sean's art and kind of like leaning into the visual of the game, I think we could make some really cool you know, little accessories for the game. And that's really just the beginning, because with the open license, like I don't have it on hand, but someone already came to LVO with a really cool like designed 3D gauge, 3D printed like gauge for the game with the font and everything. So yeah, I just want to see everybody kind of getting creative with it.
Having some
Awesome,
fun.
man.
Yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, and sorry, Josh said double LP. You can do it.
Double
Yeah, there
LP.
you go.
No, that'd be great because man, yeah, no, you could have open that joint up and have the battlefield in there. Phew,
Yep.
come on.
Awesome. So next up, I think so LVO, as we mentioned earlier, you were there this weekend, and folks were obviously enjoying the
Yeah,
Greathelm.
man. Oh my goodness, it was many interesting things happened, you know, and I gotta say, big shouts to Bear Cavalry Paints. I appreciate y'all, and Cody Magosware 1490 Doom. Big shout outs to those two because came down with 1490 Doom and was there with them. I was there to there and did a lot of talking about 1490 Doom to people and tell them about the game and stuff. But next to us, Bear Cavalry Paints booth, but no Bear Cavalry Paints.
Oh,
and so after a good old day of standing about pondering about it, I figured on day 2, you know what? I will just ask for forgiveness instead of for permission. And so that booth became the Greathelm booth. And we were pretty much running there. That was just what it was. We came down sitting over there, floating back and forth because right next door to 1490 Doom, and had a couple of friends there. That there's big shout outs to Brad and Guinevere who have been like integral to the playtesting experience. And Brad is part of the Las Vegas Death Dealers, which is a Buhurt team that travels internationally, and he's actually been knighted. He's actually a knight, and his girlfriend has just they've just fallen in love with Greathelm, and so he was working in the Warlord booth while also siphoning people over to the Greathelm booth while his girlfriend was just running Greathelm demos as if I trained her. Like it was, she was there and just, people were sitting down, what do you like now? It was like we had the Greathelm team in full effect and had the little placard there with the Kickstarter. And everyone coming through was getting a demo, finding out how easy and fun the game is, and then just looking at the Kickstarter. And for all the American people, it's very, very easy to get into it because of, it's going to be that media mail shipping, baby.
Yep, absolutely. No, that's super good. Whereabouts did the helmet masks come from?
I just bought those off Amazon. No, my mom was being silly and was like, "Look what I got!" And it was just a pack of like 30 masks, and I was like, "All right, these are coming with me." And so those gents in the first slide were very generous and did not hesitate to take and put on the little masks while we were playing the game.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
That's super cool.
Yeah, it was fun. And then look, we got real ones on the deck now, and that's those are his actual Greathelm and his gauntlets. And you can see Guinevere giving a demo to beloved Phil, the Glacial Geek.
Yep, excellent. For folks who haven't checked it out, definitely go and do a YouTube search for is it Buhurt? How's it? I know it's spelled like
BUHURT, I believe.
Yeah. So it's BU Hurt.
BU Hurt. Yep. That's you be hurt.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Reverse,
but it's a very intense
not for the faint of heart. Yeah, no, it is wild. Though it makes you understand some crazy stuff. Like when you see the someone in full armor and you kind of just start imagining, all right, what would I have to do to actually make this person stop attacking me should that be the case? And I'm gonna tell you, those there's a very few things that you really, if you don't have the right tools, you're like, oh, okay, I guess I'm just
jump over a fence.
Yes, that's the one. Run away, because
Run
it ain't about beating nothing.
Yep. Excellent. Jess says, yeah, Buhurt or Battle of Nations, insane. I fight in armor and use weapons, but those guys are crazy.
Yo,
They absolutely.
No, they go for this. It's as close to the thing. And funnily enough, Brad, the guy who owns that helmet back there on the table, was telling me that like he's been playtesting and enjoying Greathelm so much that when he is doing his little like scrims, that they're so similar in format to Greathelm, generally being 5-on-5,
Right.
in these tiny little melee lists, that he's having bleed over from the mechanics. Like he uses the long sword and he knows that he has a +1 to riposte, so he's like riposte, you know. And when two people outnumber him, he's like, oh no, I'm being outnumbered, you know, as if he's applying the game mechanics. It is just cracking me up with those stuff.
Amazing.
That is awesome. And also, of course, you can't go to a show without.
Yeah, big ups to Ross for sure. My man was all over the place.
He's at like every show.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's a traveling man.
Definitely cool to see that he was there. And you mentioned Cody before.
Yeah, big shout outs to Cody, 1490 Doom. He's holding it down.
So he's there, runs a whole bunch of demos.
We had a good time.
He's run a lot of demos in the last 12 months.
Yes. Yeah, I was standing by, like kind of, you know, listening to, soaking in the, you know, as a little, you know, when you want to run games and stuff and work at the booth, you kind of want to listen to, you know, as I've like listened to Sean and listened to his spiel, you know, and then when it's time to do it, I'll just be parroting like what I was hearing Sean say. And so I'm listening to Cody and be like, okay, oh, word, that's how he's framing it like that. Oh, you lose that to lean in. Then, oh, okay, you know, yeah, because he's definitely very practiced with it.
Yep. You did recorded some 1490 Doom lore, didn't you?
Yeah. There's I was the voice for a character named San Mateo Sans, and yeah, there's I think it was like a 14 episode audio novella about
Nice.
It follows the story of Mateo Sans, and yeah, I think what's really, that's another cool thing about 1490 Doom, similarly, because Cody is also a musician, and a lot of the stuff, like, because I don't know if y'all know, but like the 1490 Doom soundtrack is like it's awesome. Like every time I hear it, like the main theme, like I get goosebumps, because the gal that they had, her name is Dune Moss, kind of like friend of Eric, who's the other half of 1490 Doom, and Eric himself is an audio designer,
right?
Does just like a bunch of audio production. So to do these like audio dramas, he's just writing them all as well. It's just it was really fun kind of way to explore the world and follow characters and yeah, sound. It's just like interesting to bring sound design to tabletop
gaming. Yeah, that's wild. Awesome. And I think
oh yes
the last fun story that we've got.
yeah, so we were chatting about the Tournament of Kings, and again mentioning Brad and the Las Vegas Death Dealers. When it was time to play test the game, because before the Kickstarter, I did a couple of rounds of public play testing, and Brad, this guy's name is Kellen. He is King of Ireland in the Tournament of Kings, and he was really a big part of play testing as well, and him and Brad did a whole bunch. And so as I was going to the Tournament of Kings, Brad texted Kellen. It's like, hey, Malev's coming to the show. You know, Brad's telling me, all right, like Kellen's, you know, King of Ireland. He's going to be performing tonight. And so I'm excited to see the show. But I didn't realize that Kellen would also like be excited to see me, or was looking for me. But then there came a moment when he did like a race, and he's just like, we just like saw each other, and he just pointed to me and smiled, and I was like, oh shit, what's up? And so after the event, we went over and just chatted, and it was like the the funniest like small world moment to kind of meet, to watch him do. He was doing some awesome stuff. He had like a crazy fight with the King of France. Stunts was going wild. I don't know if any of y'all seen that show, but it is actually really a really good time. And then yeah, so as I was just completely, I was so stoked to, because I was like, I couldn't believe that you was excited to meet me. I was excited to meet you. What are you talking about? You play Greathelm? What the? It was just such a strange. And also, I unfortunately didn't take a picture in all the excitement. There was another actor, the King of Norway, who was playing games with Kellen, and so he runs across the thing and jumps over the thing and meets it. And so like it was just so bizarre to like be like, what are y'all doing playing my game? Like you guys are like, so it was awesome.
That's awesome, man.
Doing it for real in Vegas. That is super cool.
Yeah. So right now, I mean, in the future, like, say for example, in LVO, like it would not be, I would not be a waste of time to organize like a Greathelm event, because the Las Vegas players are already pretty big, pretty showing up.
Yeah, that's cool. One thing just quickly, Ed, so Hank has joined us. Hey, Hank. And Brendan Bell said Spain.
Yo, what's up, Tabletop Eric?
So we told you before the show about there's another war story where Jake and I were working for Games Workshop. A couple of the what do you call it?
Manager meetings.
National meetings were held in Las Vegas, and for a few of them we went to the Tournament of Kings, and they sat us in the Spain section.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, that's where we
all of us. There's probably like 40 or 50 store managers and other folks, all ready to do some chanting. And it was the first time, I think, that the King of Spain had like the most support.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
And he was just like blown away. He was just really excited. But we drowned out everybody else. But unfortunately, the script wise,
yeah, my man Spain went out, man.
Yeah, it was a shame. But we were hoping that the following year that it was going to change.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering. I was like wondering how they determined. I was like, is it random? I wonder. Like, does it change? Sometimes they like draw straws and like, oh shit, you dying first tonight.
Yep.
Absolutely. Honestly, but real quick on that, them horses were amazing. I just couldn't get over the horses. Like, I was like, how are these are real animals? Like the horse aspect was nuts. I just couldn't believe how those horses were so well trained, and to also be a part of like the stunt actors. It's crazy to me. I didn't even get it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely an amazing thing. But I also snagged this one because you, at the end of the day, shoes kicked off, still working on your laptop.
That's him updating all the stretch goals.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. On using the hotel Wi-Fi that disconnects in the middle of this is like action required. Log in. I was like, okay, I'll log in again. Fine. And then using Canva to just with the trackpad,
right?
Clicking writing things. Yeah, it was unique for sure. I think Cody at this point is like zonked out on the bed. I'm just walking around being real quiet.
Yep. Sneaking around.
Yeah.
Nice. That is the end of our slideshow.
That's it.
There we go.
Malev, you wanna hang out and look at some miniatures from our community?
Please.
All right.
Excellent. Just before we do check that out, in the notes below, there's a link to the Greathelm Kickstarter, which has 15 hours to go.
15 hours, so oh my goodness.
Watching this before noon tomorrow, Eastern.
That's crazy. Oh my, what do I one more sleep?
One more sleep. But community-wise, so of the 2,346 backers you have, 1,314 are from the United States.
Oh wow. Big ups to all the international, because that's another thing. There's so many people that are reaching out for translations, and the idea of like having a German version. So far, the German version, Spanish version, and a French version are like potentially on the table, and that would be incredible.
Yeah,
to have it available in different
Makes sense.
languages.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right. well, all those countries and the UK set, though, they're good.
Yeah. I just want to also call out Australia. Australia has 99 backers.
Australia is there, and I got a couple of cool homies down there that I hopefully maybe they can receive the big package to distribute from the inside as well.
Right, yeah. From inside the country. It's coming from inside the house.
Mm-hmm.
But no, fantastic. Congratulations for that.
Thank you, y'all.
Excellent. So yeah, next up, let me get the
community minis. This is what people in the BPP community be getting down on.
Yep. Absolutely. So the Facebook page.
Snap! All right, Adam.
If you want to join, just head to the link down below, click on join group, and somebody will let you in. But yeah, first up, Adam Weller.
Adam, he looks great. The skin's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that purple on the belt buckle. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's a great pop there, isn't it? I'm loving the sword.
Yeah, I'm curious to see like another angle if there's one to see like the shape of it.
Yeah, I think it does have a feel like it could be kind of curved.
Mm-hmm. It looks almost like a scimitar in a way.
Yeah, it has
but the reflections are making me think that there might be some like
points.
some jaggedy joints. Yeah. The technical sword term.
He's
got to finish building this model. Put his legs on his left arm.
yeah, for sure.
I was thinking that might be some sort of crystalline blade.
Definitely looks like that. Reminds me kind of the glass weaponry from Oblivion. Oblivion.
Yep, that kind of thing. It's beautiful work there, Adam. Looks great. Nice.
Yeah, quite an ugly character. Look at my man. He's just menacing. He just really.
That's why he's got like a nose ring and like a
my boy's just leaning into it, snarling. He got sharp teeth and everything.
Absolutely, they look great.
The bloodshot eyes.
Oh yeah, that was fantastic. Next up, Bing is decided to be painting up some more Shatterpoint.
Nice. This is
it's
Shatterpoint because this is in two different games. This is Shatterpoint, and these are this is the Bad Batch, or this is half the Bad Batch.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the guy on the left. The guy on the right is called Wrecker, right?
Yeah, that's Wrecker, and that's Omega in front of him, and on the left that's oh man. He's the tech engineer guy. It's Tech, I think.
Tech. What's your name? I'm Tech.
Is it Nuts and Bolts?
Let's go up Techo.
Switches.
They look great though. Wrecker's such a weird model. He like has this big thing like broken in half in two pieces.
Oh, that's what he's doing. And
I was
he's like broken something. He's like ripped it apart. Like what's going on? My man looks like he's about to bang them together, like it's like he's about to walk down the streets. I'll just be like, "Yo, I'm making noise."
Clash a couple of symbols together around that kid's
head. Exactly.
But
because even his face is sort of like leaning into that performance aspect. It's like, yo, get excited, get hyped, y'all.
Yeah, for sure. But looking good there, Bing. Nice one.
The interesting base, like that.
Yeah,
kind of like weird splotchy, sandy, cementy. It's cool looking.
Yeah, I think so he's put that over the kind of the standard Shatterpoint.
The traditional.
Yeah, a lot of the bases just look like they're on like sidewalk pavers, kind of.
Yeah. So I am enjoying the that sort of muddy look. Definitely cool. Nice. Next up, Caitlin.
Caitlin going crazy.
I believe she won. She won Best Army.
Hell yeah!
At Armies on Parade.
Yeah. So this. So we've been seeing the her work over the last couple of months, actually. Seeing this army come together. But yeah, very cool.
Grand Army of Cathay. They looks awesome.
The Kathy joints.
Yeah. Sorry.
I love the two the giant statue things, whatever they're called, Sentinels.
Gotta have your Sentinels about, yeah, for sure. That's I think such a unique.
They're so
one of those the emblematic centerpiece type model.
Yeah.
All I can think of when I look at these is how much trim there is.
There is a lot.
Like, there's so much trim. Like,
so much work.
Yeah, I think if I was gonna get into old world, I would absolutely go with one of the older ranges for that. For that reason,
Yep.
I'm like, oh man, the modern sculpt styles getting put back into the trays. I'm like, oh man, but these, it's a reason why them Tomb World skeletons be janky like that. You paint them joints in 2 seconds,
Yep.
Spray them white, dip them in mid-wax. That's it. Done.
That's a definite. That's like it makes me think of some of the core like armies, legions, and hordes advice.
Right. Yep.
that's applicable to the old world type model types.
Definitely.
Whoa, man, that like interesting reddish.
Yeah, it's kind of the like
looking like a real stone,
a winged Kieran kind of thing. Oh, you're talking about the Sentinel? Yeah.
The Sentinel. That kind of like, I don't know enough of my tourmalines and my opalines and my different stone, but I feel like that's definitely copying an existing stone style, or at least making up a cool one.
That's super cool.
The Mark Maxey said nice Armies on Parade. Yeah, this was Armies on Parade. This was Caitlin's local Games Workshop store, Warhammer store.
Caitlin.
And Caitlin said, "Oh my god, so much trim. Took forever to paint."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm privy to the old. I want to try one of them trim joints because I did it with a couple of the Cornate Age of Sigmar models,
right?
Where you spray them the trim color, and then you paint the armor, right? Not touching the trim. And I was like, this is kind of good, but I only did it on a couple of models, so I haven't really applied it to a wider.
Yeah, that's how I used to do Chaos Marines. For sure.
Yeah,
I did that for. I did a commission for Box 1,000 Suns, and I sprayed them gold.
Yeah, for sure. That was the origin of that thought for real, the 1,000 Suns style.
Yeah. Caitlin says red granite.
Yeah, red granite. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because it doesn't look like terracotta. Having painted having foolishly chosen to paint the Relic Blade stone skin as a terracotta stone skin instead of something like really obvious, like rock guy. I just like confused the legion of Relic Blade people where they're like, is that just like a big guy who's got his skin? I'm like, oh,
it's like a flesh golem.
Yeah, he's effective. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh, not the impression I wanted to give.
Caitlin, these are great. It's an awesome army. Well, it's well deserved.
Yeah, the red granite.
Yeah, the Jade guy.
And then you got the big Jade guy on the other side.
And
your boy JD and your boy Granny D.
Yeah. And as said,
look at that. Get the cross brushes. Nice.
That's a solid little medal.
Jason Bourne take out a mercenary with that joint.
That's right. You can definitely throw that at somebody.
That's what I felt about the Greathelm upgrade book. I was like, oh, now it's hardback. Mercenaries is done.
Excellent. Looking great there, Caitlin. Nice one. Cal.
Oh, nice, Cal.
Yeah. This is
working on more terrain, more scenery.
So is it for underworlds?
No, I think it's for D&D.
Okay, I was just wondering because of the.
It could be an Underworlds piece.
Yeah, it kind of has a little bit of that. It almost made me wonder if that was from an actual like GW terrain set I missed.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's having that little collection of skulls and bones in the back of it.
Yeah, I see. I kind of recognize those as just like the skulls from the pack, though.
Yeah,
might have just got busy with the scoliosis right there,
possibly. But yeah, it's looking really good, Cal. Looks nice. Oh wait, okay, there we go. Age of Sigmar Sand and Bone set.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some great looking terrain in those sets.
Age of Sigmar Sand and Bone set. Oh, Sand and Bone. What the heck? Look at this joint. Oh, like the spearhead joint? Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh, yeah. I totally see it. Okay.
Yeah, it's like it's for all the spearhead missions when you're playing like smaller scale.
Gotcha.
So there's like a whole campaign in there and a bunch of terrain and
Excellent. Nice one. Chris Corker just
nice.
Oh, sure.
that again. Good old Rebute Girly Man.
Dude, he's great. This is such a great model. Like when they released this sculpt, I was like, man, can you imagine being the sculptor who works at Forge World who did the original one that looks like a chess piece, and then you see this one. It's
the guy. He's like holding his sword up.
Yeah.
This one is so good.
I'm fine with both of them.
They're definitely different. They're very different. This, the design choices and sort of stuff with this type of like armor is, it's so, I guess, ornate or opulent. There's such a crazy over the top feel to it.
Yeah.
But I think it's a really well balanced miniature despite that. Like the length of the sword, a lot of the aspects of the silhouette, the pose, it's just so solid. Everything is a solid model.
Yeah.
He's very like action oriented. Like it's such a movement like heavy model. Like he looks like you're like, hey, who are you? He's like, I'm here to chew bubblegum and crush the enemies of mankind, and I'm all out of gum. And you're like, I believe this guy. Like that's what he is here for.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's stepping up after just cutting swaths through Mad Fools.
So good.
I love that Chris has also chosen, instead of going for the standard yellow flame on the sword.
Yeah, it's kind of
like an ethereal flame.
Yeah, it's like ghost light.
Smoky void bleed.
I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw this, I was like, "Oh, he didn't finish the sword." That's literally what my brain was like. I was like, "Oh, he worked his way all the way up, and that's all that's left. He did all the highlighting. Now I'll hit it with a yellow wash, and it's done." And I was like, "Oh, he didn't finish it yet." But I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, it's per client's request. So okay.
Yeah.
The smoke blade.
Yeah,
I wanted the blade to be like a smoky blade.
It's very much like Red Out of Star Wars. It's like the dark saber.
Yeah. It's definitely that.
Very cool.
Nice one, Chris. Excellent.
Oh, here we go. Actually, Chris, we got a question before you go back. Go back, Dave.
Oh, okay.
So talking about all the stuff with Malev. So, Chris, did you spray this blue and do the gold, or did you spray this gold and do the blue?
Yeah, it was fun. I want to say looking at it, it looks like the gold was hand painted, but
yeah.
This model, the amount of trim on this model is egregious.
Yeah. It's all amazing. But yeah, you let us know, Chris. Moving on though, Cliff Edders. Cliff has been working on some Saturn 9 Terminators for.
I saw those for the first time over at LVO in the little case, and I was like, "God, man, that's some big boys."
Dude, they're huge. They're the same size as the old box knot.
Yeah, that is crazy. There we
He
go.
said blue and did the trim by hand.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wild.
Nice. I mean, I'm not doing that, but nice.
Yeah. Well, we can see exactly how Cliff has done this, though. Starting off with that kind of rustier base. I think he said he has been putting the like a blue speed paint over it.
Okay.
What's the word I'm looking at? I can't remember the name of the speed paint I'm thinking of, but to get that bluing on the shoulders there.
Hmm.
But yeah, looking good. Nice work, Cliff.
Them Saturn 9 models is my mind is boggled.
Great. Dave, there we go. Oh, look.
Oh yeah, classic. Love me a Land Raider.
Yep.
Very nice.
All the Land Raider's done. Clean up some of that trim. All looking.
So that's the
They got 3 Land Raiders.
That one on the right. That's the not Crusader. Is that the Achilles?
I think so. With the
because it still has the explosive plates, but instead of having the hurricane bolters, which is 6 bolters, it is quad heavy bolters.
Heavy bolters. There we go. But yeah, looking great there. Nice work, Dave.
That thing's nasty.
Excellent. Duke Wolf.
Very cool.
First post, I think. I think Duke is a friend of Jeff Smith's.
Nice.
But yeah, beautiful work on.
Very cool.
So
yeah. K's one of the coolest robots in all the series.
Yeah.
Dave gave him the most characterization in that film. That's for sure.
Yeah. Dave said that Land Raider
Prometheus. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, doing beautiful work there, and also loving the cactuses.
Yeah,
the base.
He's like lost in the desert.
Yep. Almost like he's getting some out.
He's going. He's walking to Jeddah.
Yeah, seriously.
After dropping off the cargo.
Beautiful work there. We look forward to seeing some more minis from you. Great. Jason Dyer is getting ready for Adepticon 2026.
Nice.
Need them custodios joints.
Custodies, yeah.
Not doing the traditional gold.
Are these the Shadow Keepers?
I think so.
In the black. But yeah, they're crazy with their twin Volkite weapons, whatever they are.
Yeah, I was gonna say I only know Volkite from they added it in Space Marine 2, and it's kind of like a heat ray, I guess, is what I guess it's supposed to be.
Something like that.
I don't know about the Volkite.
No. But
strictly a Horus Heresy weapon for the most part.
Yeah.
These are forge rolled, I believe.
Yeah. But
that's not the standard Alaris custodians. That's the other ones.
No, those are definitely the forge-rolled ones. But yeah.
The janitors of the Emperor.
There's the Emperor.
They clean up his psychic juice.
Yeah. And whatever, Yep.
There's bound to be something that spills from 1,000 sites.
Yeah, all those psychers and all the cables and stuff,
Yeah. But no, nice one, Jason. Good. Speaking of Jeff,
that is a white Marine.
That is like very white.
And he's almost too white.
Too white?
Almost.
Ampy children.
Yeah.
Those models are fun. I'm kind of like tentatively putting together, like getting ready to play effectively like 3rd edition 40K, looking through the codexes and stuff, and those older codexes written with more of a chaos undivided approach. And so just having either the Noise Marines as a entry at HQ, heavy support entry, or just like Chaos Marines with the Mark of Slanesh. And it's kind of really nice to just be able to be like, I can just buy that one kit, and that's that. That's them
just
with
buy a
Mark
box of
Slanesh.
tormentors. That's really
exactly.
Yeah. That's cool.
That model's great.
Right there, Jeff. Super white.
Super white. Is that a sound? Is that a sound gun? Has he got a sound gun? Is that a sound gun, or is that a?
Yeah.
I don't know their codex well enough, but that's what it looks like.
I think it looks like a sound gun, but it also could. The little canister makes me think it might be like a gas weapon
or a flamethrower, even.
Yeah,
like the mouth breathes fire. That'd be kind of rad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like a Rammstein concert.
Nice,
yeah, exactly.
In a gun.
Yeah. Imagine a gun, but Rammstein concert. Excellent. John Stein,
an old school Mumac. I haven't seen one of these in a while.
Yeah. So taking a break from his Sons of Horus tanks.
God, we sold so many of these friggin' things.
The Mumacs. I mean, they had some crazy scenes, man.
Yep.
Could definitely see why people would have been excited about them.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, looking great there.
I love that they were designed with the figures in mind to be like placed and carded on there.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the crushed Rohirrim on the ground as well.
Yeah, you could technically play if you had one Legolas guy and like 5 Haradrim guys. You
Right.
could play Greathelm like on that whole figure.
That would be awesome.
That's
And it'd
awesome.
be the scene where he could like, you know, Legolas against the squad, just throwing dudes over the sides and stuff.
Excellent. But as Josh points out, it still only counts as one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's true.
Nice. Great work, John. Next up, Kelly.
Cool.
All right, Dave, here we go. What do we got?
Is that I'm just remembering from the caption, is it Maverick?
That's Maverick on the left.
Okay. And Maverick is somehow related to Deadpool.
Sort of. He's part of the original Weapon X program, but he's way before Deadpool. Like he's like Deadpool, I think is like Weapon like 9 or something, or Weapon 7. Or no, sorry, he's like, what weapon is he? I forget what he is, but he's
What
way
weapon?
later. Maverick is like one of the first ones.
Okay.
And his powers is shooting guns.
So Maverick's ability is he can sort of store kinetic energy, I believe. So when you hit him and stuff, he can like store that kinetic energy.
Oh,
And they can release it
a
through
little bit.
So he
Really?
can't on his own. That's the thing. That's why he wears the armor. The armor helps him focus it.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Right. Cool.
Wakanda Forever type stuff.
Yeah.
Hugo
And then, you know, obviously the guy in the middle, he's pretty recognizable.
Yeah, Hugo Weaving.
Yes. Yeah. It sometimes
That's like
depending.
that's
what
new
movie it
Red
is, yeah.
Skull.
Yeah,
Red
Red Skull.
Does he get magical powers at some point? I
believe
remember
he's holding the cosmic cube.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay.
Because I remember the original sculpt of him where he was just kind of like holding it, I believe.
Yeah.
In like the trench coat.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think this is the one from the Hydra box specifically.
His superpower is guns.
Yeah, I mean Kelly's not wrong.
And then I unfortunately am have to completely space on the guys on the right.
Those are just Hydra agents.
Yeah, definitely a Layfield character, right?
Oh, Maverick.
Yeah.
I
Was he?
don't remember if Layfield used to draw him, but I don't think Layfield created Maverick.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see like Layfield style on him.
He was really cool. He was one of the first guys. I really liked his mask.
His
So
powers,
mask is like
pouches.
it's like this wraparound shield, and you can only see his mouth from like literally just above his top lip down. So it was just kind of, it was interesting looking.
And there we go. Excellent. But great work there, Kelly. Very cool. Continuing my education. Thank you. Luis has been working on the basically the wide variety of accessory weapons.
The world's cleanest rhino.
Yep. The I think it's great that the 2 Havoc launches
Just launching them, yeah.
for just for comparison. But no, looking great there. Luis, I think yeah. But the red and the green of those lights just pops so incredibly.
I just like the 30K just wants, just keeping them all rhino chassis, keep them joints alive.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. No, I love that that kit. It's great. But no, beautiful work there, Luis. Loving it. Next up, Mark Maxey. Mark said he's going back in at the moment. He's focusing on the face and the right hand there.
Yeah, that's looking great. I really like that.
Just some additional sort of lines, I think. So when you look at the palm of your hand, you see those lines. He's going to take that extra detail all the way in.
This is so clean. Like all the detail around the eyes and the face, and like the speckling on the shoulder. Like it looks so organic. I love it.
Yeah, beautiful work. It's just a great look. Excellent. Nice one, Mark. Looking forward to seeing him completed. Next up, Pete. Pete's just finished up his Knights of Avarice.
I was like, definitely the sketchiest Age of Sigmar warband I've ever seen.
For sure.
Yep. So this is his Trench Crusade Knights of Avarice warband.
That makes more sense.
So these are so it's a variant on the Heretic Legion. The Knights of Avarice are the he's taking these guys to Belgium with him.
Ooh,
Nice.
I have spoken to Pete, and Pete said that he will come on the show after he gets back from Belgium.
Awesome.
love that like barbed wire head.
Yeah, that's the chorister. Basically has removed his head. He can sing better without a head.
Oh, for sure.
Sure, that makes sense.
Floating,
I mean, I get it.
floating,
I sing better without my head. Most of the, if I be thinking about stuff, I mess up.
I'm gonna have to kill all of this with fire.
Yeah. The cool thing with the Knights of Avarice, their patron is Mammon, who is the god of greed. Well, not the god of greed, but the demon of greed, I guess.
Yep.
So he wants everybody in the warband to be kitted out. So every model has to be, I think, 80 or 90. No, it has to be 90 ducats or more. So everybody's just really, really decked out. Loads of armor, big weapons.
Nice.
And has used this model,
Dang.
which is a print
That's
from
wicked.
Bestiarum Games. And he's going to be using this as his Warwolf.
Nice.
Yeah, that's freaking wild sculpt.
Yeah,
Wild monster.
fantastic. And there we go. Brendan said ducats.
The ducats.
Ducats. So I've always said it as ducats.
The ducats. Yeah, I like ducats.
But when I first when I started watching some YouTube battle reports, there was one guy who was talking about ducats.
Ducats. Oh,
I've
for
heard
sure.
it pronounced ducats, but like not
Mhm.
ducats.
Nah,
So
ducats.
ducats.
I need my ducats. Need me get my ducats in order. You know what I'm saying?
And it was one of those times where I was like, oh yeah, this is where I can get on the internet and tell somebody that they're wrong. So I started, my hands were like this above the keyboard, and I thought, hang on a second, let me go and check. And apparently the ducats is the American pronunciation, American English pronunciation, rather than the English
Oh,
pronunciation.
so wrong. Got it. Okay.
Well, no, apparently both of them are valid. So I immediately removed my fingers from the keyboard and did not. But of course, I mentioned this to Brendan, and now whenever he says it in front of me, it's always ducats.
I just everything in my warband is just paid for with $2 bills.
Nice. But yeah, they look great, Pete. We're looking forward to hearing about your adventures in Belgium. Yes, one is objectively correct, and it is not ducats. Next up, Sean Gleason. Sean also entered Armies on Parade.
There's a lot of color going on in this photo.
For real.
But so this is Sylvaneth army.
Nice.
But yeah, loads of stuff. I think we've seen a bunch of this over the months. Like I think
The course
Yeah, in
leading up.
pieces. I feel like we've seen this in pieces.
yeah, Sean's been painting these for a while.
The monarch butterfly wings he did on the guy on the left, the far left, on top of the blue head.
All right. Yep.
Those are beautiful.
Over here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
I don't know what sort of weird Forge World giant Tau super battle suit that is on the left there, but
I think that's also from an Age of Sigmar kit. But
On the far left.
yep. I want to know a little bit more about this little
that's his. He got. He
Yeah,
said he
that
got
reminds
bronze.
me.
He said he got
Reminds
bronze.
me of the Pokemon gold plated cards that you got from Burger King way back in the day.
Oh yeah,
That's what I think. when I
Sean.
see
Sean,
that.
please tell me that that's like a cool belt buckle. You wear it like when you win the rodeo. You have to like win that belt. You have to wear that belt buckle around. You're like, oh, this. Oh, yeah. I'm the third best painter at my store. It's not a big deal. Like whatever.
nice.
Kinda-
But yeah, awesome work there, Sean.
That's amazing.
Next up, Stephen. So last week we saw Stephen was working on expanding this diorama. It's an ingot. That's the word.
Look at the sculpting.
You could probably fit it onto a belt buckle. So
That's pretty rad.
It's just
but
the
yeah.
ingot.
Sean, you got to take it to a metal worker and have him turn it into a belt buckle. That's amazing.
But yeah, Stephen has done all his sculpting work, and then he painted it. Got it all done.
Nice.
Oh, lovely.
So this is going to a charity auction. I think at the Philadelphia Area Gaming Expo page in January. So if you want to pick yourself up that, check in with Stephen via the group, and he will let you know how you'll be able to possibly either buy tickets or know when the auction is happening or whatever. But
Nice.
money goes towards charity. So,
Dude, all my brain is seeing is that he forgot to put the My Little Pony symbol on the horse's flank.
right.
That's where it needs to go.
No, we don't need a cutie. What are they called? Are they called
Cutie mark.
cutie marks? There's cutie marks. There we go.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
That's how you know. What's how you know what cutie you is.
For sure.
But no, nice one, Stephen. And I
Yeah,
think
great job with the sculpting too, like expanding everything out like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it looks real cool. A fun little scene.
definitely cool, and it works really well with your backdrop too.
Yep,
it's in perfectly. But yes, head stabbing horse. There we go. So the page auction is Saturday evening. There we go. But awesome. That is it for photos from our group, the Build Paint Play community group on Facebook. A link down below.
Awesome stuff, y'all.
And next
I want
week,
to see some Greathelm stuff next week.
next week we have somebody from somebody else.
Another guy from Utah.
Utah, Salt Lake City. Fantastic.
The homie.
I mean, a good time. Quick
Yeah.
update. Malev, you just broke 114,000.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
You gotta get some. You gotta get 150,000 K stretch goal up there quick.
Yeah, I might enact that little late pledge. We'll see what happens.
Fantastic. But yes, we will definitely be having Dave on next week. He was unfortunately had to pull out, but was super swamped. He had he was I think he had LVO this weekend, but previous weekend there was an event in Provo. I think
I can't really remember exactly, but they be busy. They be doing mad stuff.
And he's got the Snap Tray thing coming up, so we'll get to find out more about Snap Tray next week.
Nice.
But
Thank you, Caitlin.
Cool.
Be sure to head to the update number 1.
At 120, we can do like a cool Greathelm T-shirt. I'll put it out for Malev. It'll have all the classic battles like Asian Core and all that stuff like on the back.
You got shirt making capabilities, bro.
Yeah, I can do it for you. We can figure that out afterwards. People don't need to know all that stuff. But
fantastic. Awesome. So there we go.
Love y'all. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Is there anything else you want to sort of wrap up with?
Nah, man. Yeah, I thought we covered so much. I think what's next is to answer some big questions about how the thing's going to be tackled, because a lot of originally it was just about making a small book, but now it's about making a big book and trying to figure out how we can get that book to people no matter where they are in the world without them
you have come to the right place, my friend.
Yeah no doubt. So I think I'm excited because the project's deliberately limited in its manufacturing scope for that reason, so that we can all keep on track. And then the whole idea is that the playtest is already available, so if you've backed, please go to the update number 1 and download that stuff and get playing, because I just want you to have it all as soon as possible. And when new things are ready, new stuff you'll be hit with new stuff.
Yep,
that's
fantastic.
Awesome, man. You doing any other shows this year? Are you going to be at like PAX Unplugged or anything?
No shows. I got a little local rap set next week, but
nice.
that's about all I'm going to be doing.
Excellent. Well, I'll make sure I put a link to your Patreon down in the notes below.
Yeah, cheers everybody.
The Kickstarter.
We'll do an update. We'll do an update at the beginning of next week's episode, just to let everybody know where you finished up. You got another 14 hours left? Yeah, 14 hours left.
Yeah.
But we're super excited for you, man.
Thank you, y'all. I appreciate it.
Definitely great to see that.
And I can't wait for you guys to play and experience the Greathelm action for yourself.
Dude, I'm stoked. I'm not gonna lie. I think part of it must have been in my brain. I was looking at random models for, I think, Trench Crusade, and I was like, I wonder if I could just kit bash stuff. I was gonna buy like a box of, like Deathcore Krieg dudes, and then buy like an old like plastic box. And I was like, they don't really make that anymore. And I was like, oh, I can use these models. And then I was like, oh, those are the Greathelm models.
Yeah. There's so many cool choices right now between like Victrix, this stuff for anything for Baron's War, this stuff that like
Baron, I was looking at Baron
Andy Hobday and his Hicks and Hobday. They have like an awesome metal range. There's so many people that are making. You could use a lot medieval.
Of like the Bretonian stuff too.
Oh, like, absolutely. Bretonians, Stormcast, especially with Power Helm now, like playing with Space Marines, it's gonna be super easy.
Nice.
Yeah, Greathelm's coming for all miniature ranges. Like nothing's safe.
Nice. Well, listen, everybody, thank you guys for joining us. We're really excited you guys all get to see more behind the scenes and talk to Malev. Malev, thank you so much for being here.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Huge shout out to Army Painter for sponsoring us for the season. We appreciate it. Links are below. Make sure you guys check out Malev's page. You can see all the stuff he's got going on Greathelm. Again, you have 14 hours left to back it. We had some backers from the show while we were on live. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. We will see you guys next week. And as always, do not forget to build, paint, play. Be safe out there.
Shut up and sit down.